Hey, everybody. We are so excited that you guys are on. Sorry for a little bit of delay here with technical difficulties. I have no idea what was going on with all that, but we're all here now, so that's the good thing. And tonight, we just wanted to talk to you guys about some exciting things. You guys know we just had Super Saturday last Saturday, which they had a lot of incredible stuff talked about. Your sapphires and diamonds were specially invited to Arizona for something special that Elizabeth is going to talk a little bit more on since she was there in person. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to have Jackie help us out with some mapping out our next goal, how to get to the next rank. She's super good at that. So we definitely are looking forward to that. And also we just want to talk to you about really honing in and focusing in on more of the long-term versus short-term thinking. So we cannot wait to get started with you guys to talk about some of these things. And we're just going to dive right in. So Jackie, did you want to talk about mapping out the first thing? I don't know. I thought that might be a good way to start it out.
Okay, so I am sorry for my non-green people. I am going to try to keep it as non-nerdy as possible, but you know me, I love my numbers. So we always used to talk about me plus 3, which is great, right? Silver is fantastic. It's our first rank. It's wonderful. But if you're on this call, odds are that's not where you want to stay, right? And if you're on Super Saturday, you heard a lot of them talking about all these really super cool things happening with Gold School and all of these wonderful things that I'm like, dude, I want to go to those. And the cool thing is, no matter what your rank is, if you develop a brand new gold, you qualify. You get to go to this. You and your person. I'm like, man, I want to go because I want to do that with my people. So then you heard them talking about, well, what the heck does gold even mean? I mean, seriously, can any of you give like a really good example? The easiest thing is get 4 people to join, and each of those people get 4. So me being my, I'm trying to get my numbers here. Hang on, I saved some little things, but my screen sometimes doesn't like me. So let me see if I can screen share. Hang on.
I might have to make you a host.
Oh, you might have to make me a host. Okay, make me a host and I'll find the picture, okay?
Perfect.
All right, let me go back here. Screen share. Host disabled, participant. Make me a host, doggone it. Y'all, anybody can be a jewel. We say this. We are normal people too. Let's see if this works.
You should be able to now. You're good.
Yes. Okay. So screen share. Can you guys see that? Yes. Give me a thumbs up if you can see that. If it's not just me. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. So going for gold. I'm not really sure how to make this big. But if you look at this, we're going for gold. So if you take you and you look on there, the first 4 circles is 4 people you add. Now, if you do that, and each of those people add 4, when you do the math, each level 4, each of those people, 6 points apiece, that's 24 points. Your level 2s, they're worth 5 points apiece. 16 times 5 is 80. That's 104 points. That is gold. That does not look hard, you guys. Super easy. So then if you scroll down and you're like, well, I'm not stopping there. And you guys, I don't want to stop there. What if we go up to ranking to ruby? This one's a little bit more. Oops, some of my little arrows got funky, but I'll make it better later. So if you do second month, you continue to grow. You add another 4. So instead of that first level, each one of those people is 2. So you've got 8 people. That's your 4 plus 4 on your level 1. Your level 2, each one of those people, they have their 4. So you've got 32 people on your level 2, but don't panic. It's not hard. And then each of those people do the same doggone thing. That's that duplication we talked about. It's just 4 people, but look at how quickly they multiply. So now you've got on your level 1, you've got 48 points. Your level 2, you've got 160, and your level 3 is 300. You do the math there, that's 508 points. You just hit Ruby. That's 2 months. That to me, you guys, is insane. If we are super intentional about duplicating, that is easy. And because I'm a spreadsheet person, I'm gonna flip to my Excel spreadsheet. This like totally blew my mind. You guys are like, oh my gosh, she's so boring. Don't worry, we saved the fun part, Elizabeth and Rochelle, for last. So if you look at this screen, they're the blues. I got blue on just to pretend to be blue today. So if you look at month 1, if all you do is add your 4, that's awesome, you hit silver. Month 2, you add those 4, and your people from last month add their 4, you've got 16 on 2, you hit gold. You do the same thing month 3, you add your 4, they add their 4, they add their 4, it multiplies out. Look at that, 552 points. In 3 months, you can be Ruby. If you look at month 4, continue to do the same thing. 1,500 points, you guys, is Emerald. You already blew past that. And if you listened on Super Saturday, that lady that zoomed in with Tarl, she did this, you guys. She hit Emerald in, what was it, 3 months, 4 months, Elizabeth? Look at month 5. Continue to do the
Hey,
same
Jackie,
thing.
we still just see your ranking to Ruby. It didn't switch over to your spreadsheet.
Well, that makes sense. Oh, sorry, admitting somebody. Well, let's close that. I'm sorry, guys.
It's
I'll do
okay.
it again.
No worries.
Leave site. Leave. Okay. All right, hang on. We'll try this again. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, does that work? Are we up now? Somebody tell me. It's not copying.
I
No,
don't think
it's
you're screen sharing anymore.
just
Oh, what
you.
the hey? Share.
There
How
we
about
go.
now? Yay, okay.
There we
So
go.
now you heard it. Let's see a visual representation of that. Month 1, you add 4 people. Boom, you're silver. Month 2, you add an additional 4 for your level 1s. Keep those other ones. We're always keeping our people, right? We don't get rid of them. And then your people from last month. So these 4 here, they all added 4 times 4, 16, okay? And all of a sudden you're gold. Month 3, you continue to do the same thing and it duplicates down. In 3 months, you hit Ruby. You do the same thing month 4, you're 500 points above Emerald. Month 5, you're like 2,000 points above Diamond. And look at this, month 6, that's insane. That's like Diamond reentry plus. You just kicked Fallon out of the water. So you guys, seriously, I mean, do the math on that. Elizabeth did the math on that. How much did that add up to at 280 a pay point, Elizabeth?
Oh gosh, at the 19,000 points, it was like 52 or 54 grand a month.
Right. So like right now, you guys, we have people that are worried about how you're going to pay for gas that's over $3 a gallon. How are you going to pay for these grocery prices when your grocery bill? I mean, I got 4 bags of groceries today that were pittance and it was $80. And that was no meat, no nothing, you guys. So if you could even get to gold or Ruby, help those people out, and you have, you know, at Ruby, you're going to have $1,000 plus a month in. At gold, you're going to have, you know, $300, $400 plus a month coming in. That is something that necessarily isn't a huge business, but is a huge amount of money coming in just to take a lot of financial stress off. So when you have people that are saying, well, I don't want to do the business, say, okay, but do you not want to worry about the extra couple $100 a month your groceries are costing or your gas is costing? This is really simple and sustainable and doable. So the last thing I want to share is, if it will let me, maybe screen sharing stopped. I had one more thing I downloaded. Maybe it won't. Okay, I'll have to get it up later. Okay, but if you guys were on Super Saturday, they talked about the Plexus Ambassador milestones. Did you guys see that? It is in our back office, and I can put it in the thing for this chat too, but start seeing where you're at and those little steps. Those little steps are really helpful, and you can put numbers associated with that as well as where your people are too. And you know, if you have a visual in front of you, it definitely makes it more doable. So I'm gonna peace out on the nerd stuff and hand it over to my friends who will blue it up for me. So hope that helps.
Oh, that was so helpful. The visuals are so helpful. Thank you so much, Jackie. I don't know about you guys, but that was really helpful. And I know for me, I was just talking about this with Elizabeth and Jackie. Back in 2017, when I hit Emerald, Brittany Howard and Fallon did a call on this, and they did what Jackie just did. They broke it down. They put the stuff on the screen so we could see all the numbers. And it was amazing to me to actually like sit there and figure this out with the numbers, because me personally, I didn't join for the business. So I was just having fun helping my friends and just naturally growing. But then in January of 17, when Brittany broke it down and said, hey, if you have, 750 points for senior Ruby and you need 1,500 for Emerald, that means you need 750 more points. And so she broke it down, divided out by 5 with 5 points, which is your level 1 through 3s, and then divide that out again by whatever, 5 months. Then it tells you the amount of joins you would need to have per month. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I could be Emerald this year. Like, it was totally not something that I was even having on my radar. So that's why I was like, oh my goodness, we've got to talk about this a little bit more, because it is so doable. It's not, you don't need to look at, oh my gosh, here's the whole big staircase. Like, just do one step at a time. And these are some really functional ways that we can do this by just me plus 4, them plus 4, and continuing on like that. So definitely gold is the new standard. We want to set the bar high. We do not want our people just going silver with those first 3 people and, oh, they get their bonus and then off they go back to their normal jobs or whatever, right? Like, we want you guys and our friends that haven't even joined us yet to see this vision for what it is. It's huge, you guys. It's so huge. And it's not something that me personally, for my part of the story, that I ever even imagined about. Like, I literally just started this because I wanted to get my products paid for, and I wanted to pay for organic food for our kids. I had no clue what God had in store, and that we were going to be having Matt be home after being in the military for 20 years, and that he's actually home with us now and with our 9 kids, and we can homeschool. We don't have any mandates hanging over our heads that we have to do stuff because we are our own business owner. That's huge, you guys, for so many people. And so I really just want to encourage you guys to don't just think in the short term, here and now. Think about where you want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Think about your dream board, your bucket lists. What is in there? What is on that? What do you want to do with your kids? My oldest son, we were just talking about this tonight. We've got 2 kids in college. We've got 7 more going to be coming up after them. We're going to have weddings. I know a lot of you guys, Jackie and Elizabeth included, has student loans that you're still paying for. I mean, it's a lot to have things going on around here, right? Like, we just talked about gas and grocery, like, things are expensive. So it's important to be able to not have to worry about those. It's so, so nice and such a blessing. And so definitely get some long-term thinking about you. So when you're doing all this, like Jackie just mentioned, we really want to focus on creating leaders. If we are not creating leaders, then we're not going to have a business. We definitely want to be bringing people up with us to do this with us. We don't want to just be out on the farm doing all the things by ourselves, right? We want to have our helpers doing it with us, our kids doing it with us, whatever. Same thing with network marketing. It's not meant for us to be doing all the heavy lifting alone. We are to be doing this together as a team. And so, yes, you have to have the first person that gets over, right? They jump over that little hump, and then they're not just like, okay, bye, I'm off my hump. No, we're reaching back down to help the rest of you guys come up with us. We want you all in Hawaii with us. We want to do all of the things with you. Believe me when I say it's not very fun being in Hawaii by yourself with no teammates. My first year, that was me. So the second time we went with everybody else, with Elizabeth and Lauren, that was so, so important and special. And that picture that you guys saw of us on our post that we did, the 3 of us standing in there, that was at our cruise when we went to the Bahamas. Hello, you guys. The whole boat was plexified, the whole ship, not a boat. It's a ship. It was all plexified, and it was amazing. I mean, the Bahamas, what in the actual heck? I mean, like my mom has worked in the school system for 20 years. She's never been on a trip to the Bahamas from the school system. You know, we're getting luggage and we're getting, so many of you guys have seen how many people have earned the shopping spree with this leaders retreat contest, right? Like so many wonderful things. But I want to say something about that. Do not work your business for a contest. That is short-term thinking, just the here and now. Hey, I'm going to win this shopping spree, or hey, I'm going to win the leaders retreat. I'm going to go to Disney World. Those are all great things to be doing, earning along the way. It is earned. But you definitely want to be thinking long-term vision here, like where you're going to be in 5 years. Fallon Rave, I always want to call her Fallon Black, but Fallon Rave, my cousin, she in the very beginning had zero money. She didn't have any money for anything. They couldn't afford Christmas presents for their kids. They couldn't afford diapers. They couldn't afford shoes. They were literally broke as a joke, is what she used to say. And now she's like at the tippy top of the company. Like she's one in, how many were on the board? You guys, 6, 7, 5-star diamonds. Like she literally is one of the top people in the company now. Why? Because she created leaders, because she had huge belief. You guys, we have to have that unshakable, rock solid belief, and we have it. And so if you guys don't have it yet, you borrow it from us, but you need to get it because it is so, so, so huge. Watch the testimonials, read the books, apply the books, look at these diamond documentaries. I mean, it's just incredible what can happen if you put your mind to it. And I want to tell you something else before I let Elizabeth talk here, is you will not fail at this business. You will not fail. You cannot fail. You can grow. Growth is awesome. It's going to have some bumps sometimes, right? Like just like a road trip, like, oh my gosh, here's a flat tire. I'm not really liking that. But oh my gosh, look at all these amazing sights. Like you're going to have things that are going to be hard. Your mind is going to want to keep you in that comfort zone. It's like the trapeze artist that has to like let go and she's flying for a minute before she catches on to the next bar. Like it might be a little bit scary, right? Growth is not always fun, that refiner's fire, whatever, but it is necessary and it is so important. And we don't want to stay, I don't want to be where I was 10 years ago. I want to grow. We're meant to grow. We're not meant to stay in infancy. So don't let your comfort zone keep you bound and down. Let it go. Get out of the comfort zone so that you can fly and so that you can soar, you guys. It is just incredible what is possible with this business. So you will not fail. The only way that you will fail is if you quit. That's the only way. The only difference between a silver and a diamond is time and consistency. That's it. That's it. So, all right, Elizabeth, I know you had some awesome things that you wanted to share too.
Well, I was talking to Jackie, earlier, and I'm like, well, I have a lot of good things to say, but let's be organized tonight. So I'm really pumped that Super Saturday really, like corporate, was really bringing to us this importance of, hey, we need to talk about leadership. We need to talk about gold. We need to talk about Ruby. Like these are things. So, some people just, they don't get it. They don't get that, hey, Elizabeth retired from her job. Elizabeth is a Sapphire and doesn't have to work as a PT anymore. And they still just, that seems maybe so far-fetched or maybe so far in the future that it's harder to think about for them. And I mean, inherently, we are worried about picking the kids up, taking them where they need to go, signing them up for basketball. Oh, wait, we have to go get new glasses for this kid. I mean, these are just things I have on my mind this week, right? So of course it's hard for me to then think about these other big things. And if we're not dreaming, if our friends aren't dreaming and envisioning a change in their life, then they're just stuck in this, I have to feed the kids, I have to do the laundry, I'm gotta get to work on time, that I got the note on my desk. Is that only me? That was probably only me. And their current circumstances. So asking in those questions and seeing Plexus make this important too as corporate is really, really good to see and important. So they are honoring this growth to gold. They are like, get to gold school, get to gold school, get to gold school. Now, gold school is not hard, okay? If you're a gold, you don't automatically qualify. You have to develop a gold. So I know I have a lot of people on here that are gold, senior gold. So you need to develop another level 1 gold. Then your level 1 gold gets to go and you get to go. So they're happening, I think, 3 times this year. They're doing gold school. Jackie, do you know how many times? 3 times, and then February of 23. So April, July, and October, they're doing gold school. So really, I really want you guys to write in the chat, like, I'm going to gold school, or I'm going to all of them, or I'm gonna go to Ruby school. Their Ruby school will be happening twice this year. And so you have a little bit longer to qualify. So there's now until June or July, and then September-ish, okay? So I want to see this. I'm going to gold school. I'm going to Ruby school. I'm going to Ruby school. I mean, heck, if you're already gold, you should be aiming for Ruby school, I would think. I mean, do you want to do that? Do you want to just let your friends rank up in Pink Power and in Rock Your Purpose? You want to see your friends do it and you're at home going, I wish I would have? If it doesn't happen right this second, it's going to. When you put your mind to doing it right now, then you're going to get there quicker. And this is the thing, you're all a lot closer than you think. You're all a lot closer than you think. It is January. Maybe we didn't get a ton of brand new people joining the January reset, but guess what? Spring break is coming. Summer is coming. People start thinking, oh, I should probably get healthy. Oh, I should probably think about what I'm going to look like in that bathing suit. We're heading into a season of company momentum and business momentum for this. Okay. Now we are constantly wanting to create our own momentum, but I'm just telling you, historically, we're heading into that. And so we want to take advantage of that too. So all the work that you've been doing, the personal growth, book club, team calls, and if those are still a struggle for you to get on, they're kind of your non-negotiables. They are not kind of. Those are your non-negotiables. Those are your business meetings. That's the email that you get from your boss that says, bring your lunch, expect to be at this meeting in the One North conference room. Do you go, sorry, boss, I'm not going? Or are you like, oh crap, I better finish up my work and get my lunch and get there on time, right? So making sure that you're prioritizing that. And a few months ago, Christina said on a call, and I may have repeated this too, so I'm not owning this. Christina said it, and it was a really good point, and it was really good to hear the words. And that was that if you wouldn't call into work for a reason, then you shouldn't be missing a call. Okay. And I kind of think we have even less reason to miss because our calls are at a time of day where most family life, I'm not saying all, we all have different circumstances, but generally speaking, family life is calmer at 9 p.m., right? Hopefully kids are settled, things like that. You know, we're not trying to do, unless you're on the other coast, I'm so sorry, on the West Coast, but you know, that is why we don't do a lot East Coast time at 3 p.m. because we know that that's not a great time for people. Okay. So there's that. And so really seeing this push, and I want to just say, like, gold is the new silver. Gold is the new silver. That is what the numbers were showing. They showed us that at Super Saturday, like the retention and people reordering for longer term. That is when they're a gold ambassador. And so, like I mentioned, asking your people, well, I don't want a business. I don't want a business. I understand that you don't want a business, but I don't want the cost of your products to ever be a financial burden for you. And I want to let you know that you have an opportunity to make some extra money a month. Have you ever thought about what an extra $400 a month could do for your family? Have you thought about what $1,000 a month could do for your family? Because there's dance lessons, there's basketball practices, there's all these things, and not to mention just the cost of living is going up. So being able to offer that to people and them getting healthy together is really important. Now, this is the other thing that I want you to think of. When you go to Carter's and you are buying a baby gift for your best friend, and they're like, hey, if you spend $4 more, then you will earn $30 in Carter's cash. Okay, I'm going to go, oh my gosh, only $4 more? Well, what can I get around that, do you think? And they're like, oh, well, we have socks and we have bibs and we have this. And okay, let me grab that. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to spend my $30 of Carter's cash on that baby too, right? So the salesperson, if I were to say, no, I'm good, I don't want to have to come back here, whatever, they're going to say, okay, well, have a great day. I hope your friend enjoys the baby gift. They're not offended. So when we say, hey, you have this option to make $1,000 or 500 or 300, whatever, when we give people this option and this information, then we need to understand that if someone's like, no, to not take it personally, and that we're just offering what we know to be true. Okay. And so just like the waitress, can I get you some coffee? No, thanks. I don't want some coffee. She's not like, oh my gosh, she doesn't want my coffee. What's wrong with me? I can't believe it. I'm so heartbroken. Like, no, like she's moving on and going to help other tables. And then, you know what? Hey, I'm, you know what? That dessert looks really good. And I'd like a cup of coffee. Okay, great. She's happy to serve. So the other thing is that people change their minds. And so when someone says, no, I'm not wanting to make $400 right now, or 500 or 1,000 or whatever, you're still planting that seed. And now you don't want to forget to water that seed. Okay. So make sure that you're still revisiting that. You're still letting them know that that is an option for them. I don't know if I've heard this story, so I'm going to say it, but Brittany Howard followed up with Christina Williams about the business for over a year. And Christina already had a fabulous health testimony. She was off like 5 blood pressure medications. You guys, the woman almost died when she gave birth to her first daughter. She had some major underlying stuff going on. She already had a great health testimony. She felt fabulous on the products. She kept saying no to the business, and Brittany kept following up with her on that. Okay. And then the other thing to remember is that there are people in your life that are going to see that business opportunity right away. So once I saw what was going on in Pink Power, once I was seeing announcements and seeing people get their Lexus and seeing people go to Hawaii and seeing people go in Emerald, I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? And I'm like, I can do what? I can replace a PT income from home, from my pajamas, on my computer or my phone, falling asleep with my laundry, because I was so excited to be messaging people. And I'd fold laundry and message people at night after my kids were in bed and my husband was gone. It was so fun. So fun. Okay. But I saw that right away. So we cannot be tiptoeing about what the options are for people to have in their life. So gold is the new silver. I don't know what is the new in color right now. Like pink is the new black, I know was a thing for a while. So gold is the new silver. Just saying it. We got to run with that. And the other thing is that when you step into that gold and beyond, we're stepping into a little heightened leadership level. And I want you to be excited about this, because we are already leaders in our life. We lead our children. We probably lead coworkers at one time or another. You know, what if we have a new person that we're training? We're their leader, right? We're definitely leading our families. Maybe we're a leader at church in a class, you know, a Sunday school class. We're already in these roles. So when we can take on this personal growth side of Plexus and our team, then we are learning to be better and have more wisdom in other areas of our life too. So I know that, so my husband and I went 2 weekends ago to his work party, and I had so much fun talking to his coworkers, and I'm like, well, what are you reading? And they're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, what are you reading? Like, are you reading John Maxwell? And they're like, no, I'm just trying to figure it out. And I'm like, leaders are readers, dude. Like, and I was like, do you do Audible? Like trying to like help them. I'm like coaching them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like trying to lead these people, you know, and I'm not saying this because, ooh, Elizabeth is so great. I'm saying that I have grown as a leader, and now I can see that and see where other people can grow and step up as well. And I'm not afraid to be like, let's do lunch. Like, I want to do lunch because I want to help you. Right. So it's exciting. It's exciting to look back and see that. It's exciting to see yourself grow. And it's exciting to just help others and link arms with them and do this journey together. So Super Saturday again. So the secret stuff, you guys, like I can't tell you, but I can tell you that Plexus is listening. Plexus is listening to the leaders. They're listening for feedback. Anytime that you guys get an email that says, please take our survey and be entered for a chance to win a triplex, take the survey. Just take the survey. I think Jackie, you've won stuff with those, right? Yeah. I think Lauren, did too, maybe. Anyway, so take those surveys because they want to hear what we have to say. They're considering, how can things be eco-friendly? When the triplex box rolled out, remember the special box that a triplex came in, and then people were like, this is so wasteful. Like, we don't like to do this to the environment. They quit doing it. They're listening. So understand that they are having our best interests in mind. They've not led me astray in the 5 years I've been doing this. They haven't led Fallon astray in the year she has. Rochelle's over there like, nope, they haven't led us astray. So trust them. Know that they're paying attention. They're paying attention to trends. They're paying attention to what's going on in the world. They're paying attention to their leaders and what the leaders are saying. And they're making appropriate changes. And it's so, so, so good and exciting. So the flip side of that, everyone's like, is this going to pivot my business? Okay, let me tell you the secret. The secret of changing your business is to build leaders, is to help your people find their four and their people find their four, and for you to develop leaders on your team. Okay. I did not join for the business. I joined for the products. I saw the potential of the business and decided to run for it. Jackie did not join for this business. Jackie did this business kicking and screaming for a while. Okay. 80% or more of the diamonds did not join for the business. Okay. So when someone says, I don't want a business, I'm like, we'll just wait. Okay. We'll just wait. We'll see. We'll see about that. Okay. So yes, that is it. And Plexus has said on the last few calls, I'm sure you guys have heard it, but the best is yet to come. And let me tell you, the best is yet to come. And let me tell you why. Because we are excited and we want our friends and family to feel their best. And we're going to run with that. And not only do we want them to feel the best, but we want them to be excited about a family vacation, or about a new car, or about being able to afford their groceries without feeling the stress of that, or fill their gas tank without the stress of that. We kind of have a moral obligation to share something that we know can only help them. Okay. So that's what I have to say. Rochelle, did you have anything else?
That was amazing. I'm so pumped up just listening to you guys. It was really, really good. Thank you so much, both of you. We just decided this on Monday that we were going to get on here and do a call for you guys because we are so excited. And so we want to share that excitement with you guys. And you know what, you guys, excitement is contagious. So when you are excited, like we are excited, and then you are on your wall adding value to people and being excited about the products, or being excited about the business, or being excited that your groceries are paid for, or that your gas is in your tank paid for, or whatever the case may be, then your friends are going to be excited about that too. All of the things Elizabeth said. If they're not excited right away, don't worry, they will be. It took me 15 months to catch the vision. And even then, I just wanted my products paid. I wasn't looking about how I was going to be a diamond one day. Fallon poured that belief into me. So pour your belief into your people. It is so, so important. And yes, Brittany had belief in Christina long before Christina had belief in Christina. Okay. So pour your belief into your people. You know who your people are. Pour that belief into them. If they haven't joined you yet, you're still going to be adding value on their walls. You're going to be commenting. You're going to be messaging them. You're going to be loving them. You're going to be building relationships. We build relationships. We are not about having 1,000,000 followers on Instagram. Okay. Like maybe some of you guys heard in the Super Saturday talk. We are about having relationships with people, and we are about adding value and having a servant's heart and being servant leaders. That's what we are about with Plexus. We are not just out here selling a bunch of supplements, selling a pink drink and some probiotics. We are changing lives, you guys. We are changing lives, okay? No hating on lipsticks and leggings and candles. I love all of those things, but those do not change your life, you guys. These products change your life. They change your health, and they change your financial trajectory, okay? Listen, it's no secret that I'm a Christian, that I am a child of the King. And so this is huge for me to be able to share these products with people, because our temples are so important and we want to take care of those temples, right? So that's the health side of it. The business side, there's so many people that are going to bed at night worrying over their finances, especially now with what's happening in the country and the economy and all kinds of things, and lumber being so expensive and all the jokes about how much a popsicle stick costs, never mind lumber for a house or whatever. It's so important to remember that this business is not like any other business out there. We are not just making $40 a month, okay? Those income disclosures that you guys see that we message in our private chats or that are in the rank ups that you see, they're absolutely real, okay? They're not going to be exactly spot on, because you've got Celeste Gwen over here that's like a double diamond that's making 6 figures a month, right? And then you've got this, so but it's averaged out, you guys. And these are absolutely real numbers. These are real numbers that we are having put into our bank account. Paychecks with commas, like it is crazy, okay? So just know that this business, be excited that you are in the right place at the right time, and you couldn't be in a better place, okay, you guys? Also, the ant in Proverbs, go to the ant, don't be like the sluggard. The ant does not have somebody, I mean, they do have a queen ant, I guess, but they don't have somebody over their heads telling them what to do. So many people are focused on what their boss tells them to do. They don't have that entrepreneurial mind. So we have to help change that mindset. And we can do that through our postings. We can do that when we're talking about things on book club with each other. We can do that in these types of calls, like making sure that we have a different mindset. It is a different mindset. And so much with society is focused on go to school, go to college, get a job, work for 50 years until you die. Like, right? Like there's more to life than that. We do not have to live in that stigma. Like we absolutely can be our own boss. We can make our own hours. We have to do the work, but we can choose when we do the work. We can do the work during nap time. We can do the work during lunch break. We can do the work at night when the kids are in bed. We can do the work at 2 a.m. when you're up feeding a baby in the middle of the night. It doesn't really matter as long as you're getting it in, but you can be your own boss and you can have your bills paid and you can help ministries and charities, and you can do all the things. And don't you guys ever forget that God's blessings that he has for us are abundant. We need to be abundant mindset. We don't want to have that victim mindset. We want to have abundance mindset. So don't forget how big our blessings are and how big God wants to bless us. I'm sorry, I'm trying to wrap this up quickly. It's 9:45, but I was reading this to the kids today about Daniel and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when they got thrown into the fiery furnace. I don't know if you guys know that Bible story from when you were little or whatever, but something that stood out to me today when I was reading this with them is that they stood up for what they knew was right. They had their belief in God and they were not going to bow down to a statue. And Nebuchadnezzar said, if you don't bow down to the statue, you're going to get thrown into the fiery furnace. Well, they went into the fiery furnace. Guess what? Jesus was in there with them. They had angelic protection. They came out with not even a singe of smoke on them because they were following what they knew was right. Okay. And so if they wouldn't have done that, if they just would have said, well, I'm just too scared. So I wanted to say, so that in turn, so not only were they not burnt to a crisp and dead, but they also were able to witness to King Nebuchadnezzar. So what if they would have never done that? What if they just would have said, oh, I'm too scared. I'm going to get thrown into a fiery furnace. If I don't bow down to this gold statue, let me just bow down like the rest of these people. No, they were the only ones standing there, not bowing down while all the rest of the people were bowing down. So don't be afraid. Like, make sure that you have good courage and be brave and be kind and loving and just go do the things. Be a servant and have a servant's heart for your people. Add value, love them, create leaders with you. I didn't know how to create leaders because I wasn't looking at myself as a leader. I had to learn just like anybody else. We all have to start somewhere. So, all right, that's enough from me. Any last words, Jackie or Elizabeth? I'm getting hot. Plexus Church.
Oh, Bliss Plexus Church. I was just going to say that I don't know why this does not like to clip over to me, you guys. It doesn't matter. I was just gonna say I was supposed to talk a little bit more about the social media stuff. So the social media stuff, like, do not let that derail you. I don't think there's anyone on here that what they're doing isn't working. Okay. So what you're doing is you're talking to people, you're helping them find a solution. You're saying, hey, I want to make sure that I can help as many people feel their best on a regular basis, you know? What about you? You know, can you think of anyone in your life that doesn't feel the best on a regular basis, feel their best on a regular basis? Can we help them? Let's think. But the point is that I did like how she really honed in on this adding value. Okay. And is your content shareable? So not that we have to make our content shareable. I'm just saying, when we think about what am I writing here? What am I saying? Is this something that other people are going to want to like be tempted to hit the share button on, right? Are they going to want to change that? So when I think of Fallon, she talked a lot about raw milk, organic meat, and making her bread by grinding her own grain. Like, those are things that she talks about on a regular basis. So this is something that Fallon has always trained on, is that we need to definitely hone in on some things that we're good at and that we can share consistently. And this is why, because social media, no matter which platform, only some of your people are seeing what you're posting each time. Not everyone that you're friends with is seeing every single post that you make every time. So here I'm talking about working out as a busy mom, blah, 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 not so that not only once, I'm sharing it more regularly so that people can feel inspired and go, okay, if she can do it, then I can do it too. If she can do it, I can do it too. Okay, she didn't just start out running a marathon. She started running the bleachers over the summer and walking outside. Okay. So that is hopefully adding value to them so that they can realize if someone with a bad knee and a bad ankle and weird joints can do this, that they can too. Meal plan, my meal plan, like, that's completely shareable. Someone can go, oh, those are great recipes. They can take that. They can say, Elizabeth, what are your recipes? And then they can go, okay, I have my recipes for the week. It's completely shareable. Okay. So that I thought was a really great key. And what she specifically was training on for Super Saturday was becoming an influencer. Well, the thing is that we are network marketers, we're salespeople, we are relationship driven. And so we don't need to be influencers. That isn't our goal. That isn't our goal to have 1 billion followers, because you can't be friends with 1 billion people. You can't have a relationship with 1 billion people. Okay. So don't worry about that. But I do like this idea, like, what do I want to talk about? What are the 3 to 5 things that I can talk about on a regular basis and hone in on? Okay. Sharing our bad days of motherhood, that can be relatable and important too. I mean, I do that too sometimes, probably not often enough, because, you know, there's probably a lot of bad days, but, you know, being relatable, having that added value is super important. So anyway, don't let that whole social media training derail you at all. Keep talking to your friends. And Facebook is different than Instagram. Facebook is definitely more like, I want to see your kids and I want to see your dog and I want to know what's going on in your life. And so definitely keep doing what you're doing and sharing Plexus and offering that as a solution to our people.
Yes, absolutely. So good, you guys. Well, we want to be respectful of your time, sharing all this belief and all this excitement and amazingness. So we thank you guys so much for getting on with us. We hope it added value to you. We hope you had a great time listening in. We hope you're going to take this belief and you're going to expand upon it and pass it on to your teams. Get on some weekly Zooms with your teams, even if you only have one person on your team. Get on the phone with them, get on a Zoom with them, pass it on, share it. Don't just leave it. It's like that light, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. We're not hiding it under a bushel with just us. We're sharing the light with everybody. So hope you guys had a great night. Thanks so much for popping on with us. Bye.
Jackie, you have to